Two Algerian migrants have been indicted for the rape, torture and murder of a 12-year-old girl named Lola who was discovered dead on Friday in the courtyard of the building where she lived. The body of 12-year-old Lola Daviet was found at around 11:20 p.m. on Friday after her parents had reported her missing to the police in the afternoon when Lola had not returned from school to her home in the 19th arrondissement, district, of Paris. A passerby discovered Lola in an abandoned packing case in the courtyard of the apartment complex where she lived, with the child showing a deep wound on her neck and her body marked with some sort of inscriptions, Le Parisien reports. Investigators say Lola died of asphyxiation but also believe she had been raped and tortured prior to her death. Two men and two women, all Algerian nationals and aged between 24 and 43, were later arrested over the weekend, with the two women said to be sisters. On Monday, two of the suspects were released from custody, while the remaining two, a woman named Dabia B and an unnamed 43-year-old man, were remanded into pre-trial detention and indicted for the murder of a child under 15, rape of a child, as well as charges of torture and barbarism and concealment of a corpse, according to the Paris prosecutor's office. Georges Brassens College where Lola attended school is now implementing a policy to make sure all students are not unaccompanied, with one parent commenting, "We are sad this morning. My daughter cried and didn't sleep all night. She knew Lola, had gone to her house several times for birthdays. There is no trust in the neighborhood anymore. My wife or I, we will be there, present, every morning and every evening," the parent added. According to a report from broadcaster TF1, 24-year-old Dabia B, who is an illegal immigrant, is said to have initially confessed to the murder of the 12-year-old, giving detailed descriptions of what took place on Friday but later changed her story, denying involvement in the young girl's death. She is set to be subjected to a psychiatric examination in the coming weeks. There is some suggestion that the alleged killer is psychologically unstable, but there is currently no publicly available evidence the 24-year-old was mentally incapacitated at the time of the alleged murder. The 43-year-old man, meanwhile, has denied any involvement in the death of the 12-year-old. The case is just the latest to see a young girl in Europe brutally murdered by migrants in the years following the migrant crisis. Last year a similar case took place in Vienna, Austria that saw a 13-year-old named Leonie drugged, raped and murdered by a group of Afghan migrants, one of which fled the country and was later arrested in the UK. Several of the migrants accused of murdering Leonie were also subject to years-old deportation orders that were never carried out. In July, it was revealed that 3 of the Afghans would not face murder charges, although the existing charges against them could see them face between 20 years and life in prison.